Alright everybody, thanks for watching my first Skylanders video. So, since it is my first, I'm going to do something pretty simple. I'm going to do a gameplay and review of my favorite air Skylander, Scratch. So, as you can see, it's loading, and I have to go through a quick video, but then we'll get right in. Loading, loading, loading.
Welcome back to Woodboro, hero of Cloudbreak Islands.
I hope you guys can hear this, but if you can't, it's just Rufus talking. It's the after you've beaten the game, just goes through all the generic stuff. Hey, you can do this now that you've beaten the game. You unlock it.
The luck of the claw.
As you can see, I have the Sapphire path on here, and she is fully upgraded. So, let's go over to the training and check her out. One interesting thing, most air characters can fly, but Scratch has wings, so she has the ability to fly, yet she does not, which surprised me. She is, however, very fast. Alright, so here's her basic B attack, Claws. I know, it's very fast, and then after I think about four times, she does a double slash, as you can see here. There, and it does 50 damage instead of the normal 25. And if you hold it with the Sapphire path, you create this little vortex, and it pulls enemies into it. Obviously, that doesn't work on the training dummies, but I will show you. Okay. It does very fast. It will be at low damage, and it pulls enemies in. It does not last for very long. That's the one weakness of this ability. For the Ruby path, which I will quickly cover, I believe it's a quick rapid slash, which also pulls enemies in, but it's directly to Scratch and not in front of her. Her second attack, which is highly upgraded by the Sapphire path, Sapphire Laser. As you can see, I'm kind of a little far away here. Let's try it closer. It is slowing down the enemy, where if you attack them here, it goes very fast. It will slow them down. Does quick damage, and when you release, a strong pounce attack. I also use this as Scratch's dash. And last but not least, my personal favorite, Wing Spark. This can be used to dodge an attack, though it doesn't work very well. But if you hold it, this vortex is one of the most powerful moves in the game, in my opinion. The one downside to this is that she can be attacked during this move. Let's see. That does about 50 damage. Very, very strong. So, let's see if we can get a battle. Alright everybody, sorry about the skipping video. I recorded this in two parts and then edited it together. Before I do a battle, I forgot I said I was going to give you an overview of the Ruby path and upgrades. So, here it is. The basic attacks, Cat Scratch and Playful Pounce, which is the laser and the pounce attack. Here's the first attack, Wing Spark, which does not start off with the whirlwind. It's just the basic, press it once and it does the blast. Then, once you get this upgrade, you hold it and you'll do that powerful whirlwind attack. Of course, Silver Claws, basic damage boosting attack. And then another basic damage boosting attack, Silver Mask. It changes her mask from this basic gold one you see in these to a more elaborate silver one. Then her Soul Gem, which you will see in the battle I do in a moment. It's very powerful. And the Sapphire Mask shoots a laser at a ground that damages and slows enemies. The upgrades on the two paths are very similar. One is more speed and one is more damage. So I'll just show you them in pairs. The Ruby version of this is the same. It's a laser upgrade. Instead of slowing enemies, it damages them in a larger area. The charge move on the Sapphire path is that vortex you saw. The copy of it on the Ruby path would be, I'm not exactly sure, I have not seen this in action, but it appears to be some form of dash attack. And then the basic stat boost, there's a speed boost for this, and a critical hit boost on this one. Alright, so now let's get to a battle. For gameplay or starting off with a new character, I like to do this one because there's not a ton going on, but it still provides a welcome challenge. You can see the Sapphire Mask in there. Blue Claws, Blue Mask, all in the Sapphire path. Those would be red if you had picked the Ruby path. Loading, loading, loading.
Survival arena.
Alright, you've probably already seen that.
2, 1, fight.
Alright, so now you'll see her in real action.
Each one.
Still same attacks. Don't jump in there. There's a Greeble.
Fight it, fight.
You see her attacks are very fast, yet also efficient enough. Scratch's one weakness is she doesn't have a very powerful long-range attack. She has one medium range, and it is not powerful enough. On this level, just slow enemies down, and they'll fall into the pit if you do it right. Alright, let's try out the Vortex. Pulls enemies in, dispatches them quickly. And you can jump over gaps using that move, which I find very useful.
This stage is just about done.
Let's see, what haven't I shown you? That Vortex move can pull enemies away from you, which I find very useful. It's rather like Dunebug, except not as powerful. I'm going to do a game review of Dunebug soon, so watch for that. As you can see, this attack also pulls enemies into it, rather like the blue Vortex, but better. As you can see, it captures the food thief and dispatches him quickly. And here, you will see the power. I believe how much it heals is corresponding to the level, but as you can see that little plus 18 pop up, any money that she gets boosts her health, which is very nice. Now, earlier when I did this battle, it was 17, but then she leveled up to level 8, and so I believe that how much it heals is corresponding to the level. I like to use this as her dash attack. It's very good against bosses because you can damage them, but then, here, let's see if I can get this guy to do it. Alright, he's not attacking for some reason, but as you can see, just damage the enemies, but then when you need to get out of the way of an attack, just jump and you're right there. I'd use this on Glumshank's Jungle Rumble. It's hard to say. I would say Scratch's one weakness is her lack of long range, and also, she does not have very good armor or health, so she's mainly a melee character, but she cannot stay in a melee situation for too long, which is why you use this pounce attack to get out of damaging situations quickly. Finish him off with that move. As you can see, if an enemy does not attack, an attack will interrupt that move. If an enemy does not attack or just runs away like a life spell punk, simply trap them in that vortex and they'll be dead in a few seconds. Actually, I believe there's life spell punk later on this level, so you get to see that in action. There's an example of dodging an attack with that move. As you can see, Wing Spark can be used as just a single attack, but I never really use it like that. The best part of that move is that it knocks enemies back. Here's a life spell punk. Oh no. Well, that was stupid. Okay. Scratch is still a fairly new character for me, but I'm getting a hang of it. Let's see if I can trick him. Hey, why don't you go in there? Aw. I was hoping that would work. Let's see, I might still be able to trick somebody. Hey, that looks fun. Now there is a move I actually had not done before, but I highly recommend doing that on this stage. That's very fun. Alright, 3 stars. So, thank you for watching my first video, and look for others in the future.